also, appearing in mythologies, religions, and spiritual traditions across cultures. Good is often associated with qualities such as love, compassion, healing, truth, and alignment with the divine. Evil, on the other hand, embodies deception, selfishness, exploitation, Satan, and the disconnection from the divine source. In spiritual traditions, good and evil are not always external forces. They are often internal struggles. The battle between the higher self and the shadow self, between the light and the darkness within, reflects the broader cosmic struggle. It is this internal alignment that determines whether individuals align themselves with divine will or succumb to the temptations of the shadow. We look at spirituality and the role of intuition. Between the empath narcissistic dynamic, spirituality plays a central role in the struggle between good and evil. At its essence, spirituality involves seeking a connection with the divine and aligning with higher principles. It provides the tools for discernment and the strength to resist the pull of darkness. One of the most powerful spiritual tools is intuition, often referred to as the third eye. The third eye represents the ability to perceive beyond the physical senses, accessing divine guidance and deeper truths. For individuals such as the high priest or high priestess archetype, intuition is not merely a sense but a calling, a divine gift meant to navigate the complexities of spiritual warfare. For in the face of deception and manipulation, intuition serves as the inner compass, illuminating red flags and hidden intentions, seeing through sociopathy and psychopathy. It is through the third eye that one can perceive the energetic fields of others, discerning who seeks to uplift and who seeks to drain. As the spiritual struggle continues, spiritual beings remain attuned to their inner wisdom, and this is vital in protecting oneself against forces that seek to exploit and manipulate, those that would sacrifice others, those that would steal destinies. The energetic war, stealing energy and swapping destinies. A critical aspect of the struggle between good and evil lies in the energetic warfare that occurs unseen in spiritual circles. It is often warned that some individuals, dark, false lovers, so to speak, sociopaths, those with histrionic syndrome, or members of the covens, seek to tap into others' energy fields for their own gain. This theft of energy can manifest in various forms, such as emotional manipulation, psychic attacks, dream attacks, even ritualistic practices aimed at swapping destinies. The notion of energy theft is rooted in the understanding that every individual possesses an energetic field, often referred to as an aura. This field holds one's vitality, their purpose, and their connection to the divine. When manipulated or drained, individuals may feel lost, fatigued, disconnected from their spiritual path. A rash of bad luck things, fortune gone awry. Dark covens and those who operate with malicious intent often use energy manipulation as a form of control. They thrive on fear, dependency, and the exploitation of vulnerabilities. They use temptation, seduction. For this reason, empaths and spiritually sensitive individuals are often their targets. Empaths who naturally possess open energy fields and a deep capacity for compassion must be particularly vigilant against such psychopaths and sociopaths. They must guard their energy, recognizing red flags, and remain anchored in divine protection. This is where the role in magic and rituals comes into play. Magic in its purest form is a neutral force, a tool that can be used for good or ill, depending on the intentions of the user, of the practitioner, of the mage. Light magic aligns with divine will, seeking to heal, protect, and uplift. Dark magic, by contrast, seeks to manipulate, harm, or control for personal gain. Throughout history, the use of magic has been a contentious subject. Practices such as prayer, meditation, and ritual are often seen as forms of spiritually light magic, channels through which individuals align with divine energies. These practices fortify one's energetic field, creating a shield against negative influences. However, not all rituals are created evil, or should I say equal. Dark practitioners will engage in rituals designed to siphon energy, curse others, or alter destinies. These practices often rely on deception, drawing individuals into entanglements that compromise their spiritual sovereignty, sacrificing life in order to achieve a dark design. Recognizing the difference between light and dark magic is essential for anyone navigating the spiritual path between good and evil. We have karma, which is the law of cause and effect. In the battle between good and evil, karma acts as the cosmic equalizer, rooted in the principle of cause and effect. Karma ensures that actions, whether good or evil, generate corresponding consequences. This universal law operates beyond human perception, intricately weaving together the threads of destiny and justice. For those who align with good, karma serves as a reassurance that their efforts to remain on the path of light will bear fruit, will bear dharma, even in the face of adversity. Conversely, those who engage in evil and dark practices cannot escape the repercussions of their actions. The universe operates on balance, and sooner or later the scales are corrected. Understanding karma encourages individuals to remain steadfast in their integrity, even when tempted by shortcuts or illusions of power. It also serves as a reminder that turning away from darkness is not merely a moral choice, but a spiritual imperative, a mandate. Turning away from darkness is important because one of the most challenging yet necessary aspects of spiritual growth is the conscious decision to turn away from the darkness. This involves recognizing the red flags of manipulation, deceit, and energy theft and choosing not to engage. It requires the strength to break ties with individuals or groups that operate with harmful intentions. You'll know them by their fruits. Turning away from this darkness is not an act of fear, but one of empowerment. For these ego-driven people, it signifies a commitment to the divine path of those who know better, to stay away from these ego-driven evil people, these external forces, so that one's destiny may remain protected. This involves shadow work, the practice of confronting and integrating one's own inner darkness. By doing so, individuals reduce their susceptibility to evil, to external manipulation, to those ego-driven, and to strengthen one's alignment with that which is good, that which is the divine. Staying the course, crown chakra activation. In the midst of spiritual warfare, staying the course requires an unwavering faith and a deep connection to the divine. This connection is often symbolized by the crown chakra, the energy center located at the top of the head. The crown chakra serves as a gateway to higher consciousness, divine wisdom, and spiritual alignment. Those evildoers, those ego-driven, will seek to sever those divine connections in order to harvest and steal from those of the light. Remaining tapped into the crown chakra ensures that one's actions and intentions are guided by divine will rather than ego or fear. Practices such as meditation, prayer, and gratitude can help maintain this connection, creating a spiritual anchor amidst the chaos of the material world. The empath and the narcissist, a spiritual dynamic, a battle as old as time. The dynamic between empaths and narcissists offers a poignant example of the struggle between light and darkness. Empaths, with their open-hearted and kind nature and intuitive abilities, embody the qualities of light. Narcissists, on the other hand, often operate from a place of ego, from a place of darkness, from a place seeking validation and control at the expense of others. And while it might be so easy to feel that there's narcissists in all of us, keep in mind that there are those who go beyond the pale. This dynamic can be deeply draining for the empaths, who may feel obligated to heal or save the sociopathic narcissist. However, the true spiritual growth requires empaths to recognize that their energy is sacred and not to be freely given to those who would contaminate it and exploit it. Setting boundaries and prioritizing self-care are essential steps in breaking this cycle and reclaiming one's power. What evil lurks in the hearts of men and women? The question of what evil lurks in the hearts of men and women speaks to the complexity of human nature. Evil is not always external. It often resides within, taking the form of jealousy, of greed, of fear, of unresolved pain, that inner child wounding that was never cured, which leads then to just a desire to hurt and harm and manipulate others. The shadow, as described by Carl Jung, is part of the psyche that contains the repressed aspects of the self. But those who are true confront and integrate those parts of the shadow, and those individuals can transform their inner darkness into a source of wisdom and strength. This process not only protects against external manipulation, but also aligns individuals more closely with their highest and best selves. The call to grow closer to the divine. Ultimately, the struggle between good and evil is a call to grow closer to the Most High God, to the divine. It is an invitation to align with higher principles, cultivate inner strength, and continue the collective upliftment of humanity to serve the Most High. The path of light is not without challenges, but it is through these challenges spiritual growth is achieved. The Most High God's desire for humanity is not to be one of fear, of ego, of division, but of unity and love. By remaining guided by intuition and anchored in the divine, vigilant against the forces of darkness, individuals can fulfill their spiritual purpose and contribute to the greater good. In conclusion, we must stay away from pride, from temptation, from evil, and stay the path of light. The struggle between good and evil is a timeless narrative unfolding not only in myths and legends, but in the daily lives of individuals through spirituality, magic, karma, and a commandment and commitment to divine alignment. Humanity has the tools to navigate this battle and emerge victorious. We unconditionally love each other rather than show jealousy and hatred towards one another. We stay vigilant, we listen to intuition, and we remain connected to the divine. Individuals in this way can protect their energy and fulfill their highest purpose. The path of life is not always easy, but is the only path that leads to true freedom, empowerment, and spiritual fulfillment. As we confront our inner demons, the challenges of our time, may we remember that the struggle is not in vain and that the light always prevails over the darkness.